Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, March 4th, 2021. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. This was a bit of a surprise yesterday afternoon, but Annapolis-based Severn Bank has been acquired by the Easton-based Shore United Bank. The two entered into a merger agreement, and Severn will be folded into Shore United. As a result, there will be a total of 29 branches in Maryland, and this will now be the third largest bank headquartered in Maryland, behind number one, which was the Olney-based Sandy Spring, and number two, the Bethesda-based Eagle Bank. There are some regulatory things that they need to happen, and they do expect the deal to close in the third quarter of 2021. Alan Hyatt, who is the president and founder of Severn Bank, said this is an opportunity for Severn to join forces with a larger corporation and remain committed to community banking. Severn will bring Shore United their first branches this side of the bridge. Delegate Kathy Szeliga has introduced House Bill 1170 to the General Assembly, and this is an interesting one. As we hear about how bad online education has been for some students, the delegate wants to have public schools statewide offer it as a permanent option, even post-COVID. Actually, since the infrastructure is there, this is actually a pretty great idea, and we know that every kid does learn a little bit differently, and I'm sure there are some kids that are thriving in this virtual environment. Probably the minority, but still. Now, here's where I do raise a skeptical eyebrow. The bill also allows for students to attend any school in the state regardless of their home. So kids in poorly performing homeschool districts can now get an education at a higher performing one. Howard County currently seems to be the top one in Maryland of late, so I'm not sure if all this will put added pressure on them or not. Also, I'm not sure if she intends for the classroom teachers to be teaching in person and virtually at the same time as they're doing right now, or if there will be separate teachers and classes purely for the online version. But definitely something to watch and definitely something worth looking into. Here's a date for your calendar, October 30th. Where I come from, it's called Mischief Night, but here in Annapolis this year, it's called the second annual Annapolis Pride Parade and Festival. The inaugural one was in 2019, and it was a blast. I had so much fun there. Last year's was canceled, stupid COVID, so this year it is back on again. Now, while Pride Month is in June, Jeremy Browning, the founder of Annapolis Pride, was not sure if the COVID and vaccine situation would be under control or not. So it was pushed to October, which is actually recognized as LGBTQ History Month. Now, keep in mind that this is the day before Halloween, a Saturday, and Halloween to the gay community is like New Year's, St. Patrick's Day, and the 4th of July all wrapped up in one. This will be epic, and I, for one, am so glad to see it happening. And another happening, we already told you that the Annapolis Boat Shows have decided to host a power and sailboat show at the Bay Bridge Marina on Kent Island, April 15th to 18th. But before that, the Annapolis Homeowners Expo will return after a COVID hiatus on April 10th and 11th. Mid-Atlantic Expos usually puts on 2 shows a year, but the fall was thwarted, and since then they have been working with the county health department to gain approval for safe, socially distant, touchless home expo. They have expanded the space, implemented all sorts of COVID precautions to make sure everyone is safe and can get cracking on those home improvement projects. This is all happening at the Byzantium Center on Riva Road. Again, the dates are April 10th and 11th, so you want to put them on your calendar. If you need more scoop on that, head on over to AnnapolisHomeExpo.com. All right, that's it for the news today. As always, thank you for listening. And if you are someplace where you can leave us a rating or a review, please do. And make sure you let your friends, family, and colleagues all know about us. A quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief, Solar Energy Services up in Millersville, and the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company. And if you want a $25 gift card to Chesepiooc Real Ale Brewery in Crofton, just go on Twitter, find the tweet for this podcast, retweet it, and I will pick a couple random winners for a $25 gift card to Chesepiooc Real Ale Brewery in Crofton. Hey, random and unexpected prizes are the best kind of prizes. All right, it is Thursday, so of course we have Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace here with your Maker Minutes, and as we have every day, George Young is standing by from DCMDVA Weather with your locally forecast weather report. All of that coming up in just 60 seconds.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, March 4th. Yesterday was a great early meteorological spring day for the Annapolis region. With lighter winds, nothing but sun and temps in the 50s, and the run on sun will continue for the next 7+ days. But today through Sunday will be chilly ones with temps today near 50, but that will come with winds gusting over 20 miles per hour at times as a frontal boundary moves through from the west-northwest, which will then set the stage for a cool and breezy but very sunny day Friday with highs in the low to mid-40s as winds continue to gust over 20 miles per hour at times. And then it's weekend time with plenty of sun, lighter winds, and nice but cool temps each day in the low to mid-40s with AM lows in the 20s each morning today through Sunday. Looking ahead to next week, it gets even better with sunshine and warmer temps with Anne Arundel County likely seeing upper 50s to 60+ degrees on Tuesday with low to mid-60s for afternoon highs on Wednesday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DC MDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DC MDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website each day by visiting DCMDVAweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
I've always loved being a realtor because to me, it's more than a job. It's something that gives me an incredible sense of helping others. And this year in particular, when so many people we've helped had to move rather than wanted to move, it gave me an even greater sense of purpose. Whatever the reason for someone's move, from a career relocation to simply needing to downsize, it has truly been super rewarding and a privilege to be able to assist our clients through all the steps of their journeys. Though it hasn't always been easy, we've learned new ways of navigating the home buying and selling process. So whether you need to say goodbye to your current home or are looking for a new house to start the next chapter of your life in, the Kristi Neidhardt Team is here to work with you and for you, because truly we are all in this together.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Tomorrow and running all next week is the 2021 Ocean City Film Festival with 80+ films streaming online. At Kittens and Cups, Annapolis' own cat cafe, periodically they have some fun craft opportunities. Like Sunday, they have an abstract paint night. At Knits and Pieces, near the Wawa on Bestgate Road, they have a couple of knitting classes. Sunday evening, they have Learn to Knit, a semi-private session limited to 4 students. Then on Wednesday, check out Learn to Knit Socks, also limited to 4 individuals to ensure proper social distancing. This weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, Books for International Goodwill has another one of their big book sales. Run by the Pearl Rotary Club, they have thousands of books at great prices and well organized. It's just up Defense Highway and well worth checking out. Tomorrow, the Creative and Performing Arts of South County, near the All-American Steakhouse in Edgewater, have another one of their Friday paint nights. Classes are limited to 8 people, and they have a kids session for ages 6 through 10, followed by an 11-plus session. At the Ray of Light Studio, on Monday, they have Girls with Graphite, Figure Drawing Edition. At Art Farm in Annapolis, registration is open for their Spring 2021 semester, going on now, with new classes starting regularly through May. There are classes for kids as young as 8, going all the way up to adult classes. This week, check out Introduction to Batik, starting today and running for 4 weeks. On Saturday, there's Beat Making for ages 12 through 16, also running for 4 weeks. And there's lots more classes coming up, so check out their online schedule. Also be sure to check out Art Farm's virtual art gallery online, where all art is for sale, including art from Annapolis and local artists. And don't forget Art Farm's online market, with a curated collection of goods and gifts to help support working artists and small businesses. Check that out at artfarmmarket.com. At the Clay Bakers in Annapolis this week, Wednesday morning, they're having a Schools Out canvas workshop with whimsical night clovers for ages 6 and up. Due to social distancing, the workshop is limited to 8 people and may already be sold out, so check ahead of time to verify availability. And also, tonight, check out a Clay Bakers Ladies Night. For ages 16 and up, bring the beverages of your choice and receive a 25% discount on your pottery project. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this afternoon, they have NASA Artemis program, Our Return to the Moon. Learn about the program that will put the first woman and next man on the moon in 2024 with Patricia Moore, communication strategist for the Artemis program. Registration is required. Tomorrow, the library has another great movies discussion, this time with 1941's Ball of Fire, that can be watched through the library's access to Canopy with a K. Saturday, there's a kids' virtual cooking class with blueberry scones, recipe and ingredient list emailed upon registration. Also Saturday, there's chemistry in the virtual library, reducing our environmental footprint. You can pick up a chemistry kit from the Glen Burnie Library or use the document attached to the event link to make your own with just paper, colored pencils, and crayons, and tape. On Monday, there's Second Monday STEM. Explore science outside with stories, demos, and discoveries. Also on Monday, there's seed starting with a master gardener. On Tuesday, there's art party for grown-ups. Wednesday, there's virtual Lego build, as well as Nature Explorers Club, and Sharing the Burden, Women Coders During World War II. Also check out their various book clubs, book studies, family trivia nights, and other great resources like workshops on proposal writing, Ask a Lawyer, family finances, and more. And don't forget about the Pongos Learning Lab and Coder Kids Club in Crofton. They have various Schools Out programs like their STEAM Enrichment Club and Schools Out Minicamp. Also check out their various clubs, such as their Coder Kids Club, Minecraft Club, Robotics Club, and YouTube Stars Clubs. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find a list of all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And remember, whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at EyeOnAnnapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.